hello.
Hey Steve, hey Alex.
Hi.
Hey, how's it
Uh,
going?
okay,
Good to
now,
see you,
yeah,
Josh.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
hear
good to
you
see you too.
initially.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you to all three of you for taking the time to do this interview.
Who the hell
Thank
is
you.
Tuffy?
What was that?
Your name is Tuffy.
Oh,
That's one of Steve's many other bands.
I don't know how to change that.
It's some real brutal hardcore, Tuffy.
Right, well, I guess that's my name for the interview.
I'll do my best not to label it that way when I put up the interview.
It's good cross promotion, I guess. Ugh.
Uh, Oh, awesome. Well, again, thank you all so very much for taking the time to be able to talk about some brand new music that's going to be coming out in less than a week now. Brand new EP through for Ashenheart. I've graciously been able to check this out for a bit now, and I really enjoy what's going on here. I appreciate how raw it is. I appreciate the emotion that's going on behind it. It doesn't feel like a lot of typical bands that have this kind of style to it. I mean, there's a lot more authenticity behind this. It feels like this is the music that you've wanted to create with this. And now with
Thanks.
everyone that's involved with this, it feels even bigger and grander, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying so. That's cool.
Oh, very much so. So, with that in mind, like, how did this whole lineup come to be?
Hmm.
Uh, Amanda, I'll let you take that one away for the time being.
Oh, all right. I I had an open call for auditions on Twitter, I think, back when I still used that, and because I can't do vocals anymore after I got COVID. So what happened was a bunch of people submitted. Alex was the best of them, so I went with him.
Yep, and
Steve, you
it
wanna?
was sorry. It
No, go ahead.
was basically yeah, I just saw Amanda's a poster she says on Twitter asking for vocalists for this project. Yeah, I'd never really done any black metal vocals before this point, and I just sort of had a look at that and was like, you know what, I'm gonna give that a go, and I did, and it's worked out pretty well. So yeah.
Steve, you wanna explain how you came about joining?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, so the first album was just the two of them. Um, and then I was a very big fan of that album. And gradually got to know them online on Twitter and then eventually Blue Sky. And after Faded Gold had come out, the debut album, they were working on a standalone single called House of the Demon. And Amanda reached out to me initially asking for me just to do some guest guitar work for acoustic guitar. So to write like an acoustic intro to that song. And I did, and it was really fun, and they both liked it, and they released it that way initially. So for a very brief time, that song "House of the Demon" existed in the world with me as a guest artist. But then I I I think Amanda, you had heard Spectrum or
No,
um
it was
oh, The Lighthouse. So
yeah,
from Negative Bliss,
yep.
one of my other bands who you interviewed. um, yes, so Amanda heard some synth work I had done on the song The Lighthouse. So she reached out to me asking for me to add keys and synths to House of the Demon also. Um, so we used that as like an audition basically, and it went well. And that was that. So we wound up releasing the song again and basically removing the original version where I was just a guest on acoustic guitar from existence. So if you grab that song, you have something kind of rare because now the only way to get it is it's on a compilation that Liminal Dread Productions released called Heavy for the Hollers. That's the only place that that version still exists.
So, Steve, obviously, I've known you for a bit of time now, and as you mentioned, I did an interview with you for Negative Bliss, and the only thing I could think of when you reached out about potentially doing an Ashenheart interview is how the hell do you have the time to do all of these bands and projects that you're a part of now? Because like when we are first talking to Negative Bliss, it sounded like you didn't even have time for one band. Now you have at least three.
I don't know. It's a matter of pacing. Like they kind of all take turns with each other. Um, Ashenheart is a really cool chemistry that we have because Amanda writes all the songs, Alex writes all the vocal arrangements. So it's kind of just like passing the baton from one to the other. Like Amanda will finish a song and structurally, like have the guitars and the bass and the whole song form done, and she'll send it to Alex, and Alex will, for some songs write the lyrics, other songs Amanda's written the lyrics, and then lay out all the vocal placements and record all the vocals, and then by the time it gets to me, like I'm just adding a lot of like top dressing. Um, so yeah, it's surprisingly like not that time consuming. Um, yeah.
Well, it's still a great thing to see, and I just love the fact that none of your musical endeavors, like I mean, there's some tendencies where like you can kind of hear similar influences sometimes, but I just love the fact that it's so broad and diverse, your musical background that's going on here, and just hearing you do this style as well too, it's just such a cool thing to see.
Thank you. I mean, this, Ashenheart's really like, I think it's been written like the brainchild of Amanda. So, it was kind of a dream. Like I was a fan of the band for quite a long time prior to joining. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
Steve was our ultimate hype man for
yes.
quite a while on social media, as is
Yeah.
Steve's role in life.
Oh, again, that's such a cool thing to see. So, Amanda, I mean, when you wanted to start incorporating more people into Ashenheart, like, what was that like for you to be able to like let go of some of the priorities and not have to focus so much on vocals and writing so much on composition?
Pretty easy because the album cycle for Faded Gold was exhausting. So it's nice to have more elements to the sound and not have to handle them myself, honestly. I mean, I assume I maybe if I said someone's contribution, no, I don't like that, go do something different, they would, but it hasn't come to that at all yet because everyone here works really well together, and I think we're all on the same level musically. So, yeah,
Yeah, and I'm glad to see that too because like the more that I do listen to the EP, that it just like it does feel like a good chemistry that's going on between all three of you. Like I can just really appreciate that. And of course I know Steve's works more than everyone else, but it's just like I love being able to hear what you contribute. I love hearing what Alex is able to contribute. Just like all three of you working together just works very well together, and I'm so excited to see what the future is gonna install for that because obviously it's been a short amount of time with this, and I think it's only gonna
yeah.
grow.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've been writing a lot of this since 2011, roughly. So it's been germinating for a long time while I was in my previous two bands. But yeah, I guess I just decided now's the time. Might as well.
Yeah, and
So
I feel like, like you said that you were writing Faded Gold for so many years. Like I feel like the brisk pace that we're moving at now is almost like making up for lost time, which I think is
Yeah, feels like it.
like I think we're moving quickly to come off as like a seasoned band, even though in reality it's been what 2 years that that it's existed in terms of like publicly, right?
If
Yeah,
that, yeah,
That's
yeah,
I
if
crazy.
that.
joined officially in May last year, so we're just coming up to a year of me having been in the band.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
So, thinking about that as well too. I mean, you hinted at it before, but Alex, this is the first time you started doing black metal vocals for any kind of endeavor. Like, what was that like for you to learn this kind of new technique and being able to record this way?
I was very lucky in that I sort of immediately sort of stumbled onto what I needed to do with it. So in the past, I have sort of forayed into clean vocal stuff, none of which really went anywhere, but I've always been sort of an enthusiastic amateur singer. So things like sort of I don't know, having good lung capacity and things like that just sort of comes naturally to me, and being able to just apply the sort of harsh vocal element on top of that, yeah, it came quite naturally to me, which was a surprise to me as well. So, but you know, it worked out well, and the style of vocals that I do do work really well with the music that Amanda produces and that Steve produces. So yeah, it's great. It all just sort of came together very organically.
Oh, so cool to see. So, again, obviously the EP is coming out this coming Friday, technically, since it is Saturday. But it with all this is going on right now, like, is there any like new songs that you guys have been working on yet? Or are you just focusing on the EP and then other endeavors, or what's going on next?
I've already started writing for the next album. I've got a bunch of lyrics. It's a concept album based on a story I wrote, and I've started writing the songs as well. I've got one song with guitars ready to go, and another song with drums and guitars ready to go. So, and there's another song that's not going to be on the album that's being in the process of being recorded right now.
Very
Yes,
elusive. I'm curious what that'll
I,
be about.
I just finished recording vocals for that before we hopped on this
Yep.
interview, actually. Yeah. So I think they are waiting in Amanda and Steve's inbox for them to check out later this afternoon.
Oh, very cool. Well, I'm glad that you still have a voice to be able to do an interview after a recording process like that.
A lot of people say that to me, but honestly, it doesn't really affect my voice in that way at all. I've just sort of I have the technique down so that it's not really putting any strain on my voice, despite what it might sound like to an outside listener.
Impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Mm.
thinking about that again, obviously, like, with Ashenheart again, like being the first time you're hitting the black metal style, like, how long did it take you to be able to incorporate that, like being able to get that technique down?
Um, like sort of immediately. Like I know it sounds like I'm coming across as kind of big-headed here, but honestly, the first time I tried it, I just recorded what I was doing, sent it over to Amanda, and we ended up like using that for the first single that we released. So yeah, as I say, it was all very like organic. I just dropped into it really simply, and yeah, it just it's one of those things that comes naturally to me, I guess.
All right. Well, thinking about that as well too, like when I'm thinking about like the arrangements and everything that's going on, and obviously like guitar, bass, vocals, keys, and everything that's going on. But myself being a drummer, I'm very curious. Like Amanda, how do you come up with like the drum parts for what's going on in Ashenheart?
Hmm.
Um, I usually start with a guitar riff, and then I'll listen back to the riff and I'll think about what would sound good under that riff and where. And so the hardest, and I honestly, people have praised my drum programming. I'm not saying this to like blow smoke up my own ass here, but you know, it's honestly my least favorite part of the music making process is programming the drums because it's just so tedious. But yeah, it's mostly just me wanting to write something on drums, and you know, I play drums too. I just don't have a kit right now, but something that would be fun to play and sound good underneath the riff. And you know, thinking, well, what kind of mood do I want to set here in relation to the guitars? Do I want to be, you know, do I want to go for blast beats? Do I want to go for kind of opposite the feeling of what the guitars are playing, or do I want to play into that? And you know, it's that whole decision making process that you got to go through to figure out what exactly you're going to write.
And yeah, that I mean that makes so much sense. And again, when I've listened to Faded Gold, when I listen to the upcoming EP, like it really does sound to me like authentic drums, even though they are programmed, they are done in such a way where it doesn't just feel like a lot of bands that I've heard where it's like these unbelievable BPMs that real drummers aren't going to be able to hit and just like doing blaster
Yeah.
the entire way through. Like it feels like a real drummer could play this, and that's what I always gravitate towards when I listen to stuff.
Well, I generally try to write things that I could also play myself,
Mm.
because, you know, I guess I just come from the guitar first field of view where uh, I've always just sat down with the guitar, and if I couldn't play it, then I couldn't write it. So
Hmm.
I was never one to just write stuff in Guitar Pro. So that, you know, that I guess that's partially inspired by that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that makes so much sense, and I do appreciate that so much that you do think about it that way as well, because it could be so easy just to go through Guitar Pro and do it that way, but you actually meticulate it. And I, yeah, from the listener perspective, I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah. And of course, there's so much that I really do enjoy about the EP audibly that's going on, but visually, I like what's going on too, is specifically the cover that is going on with the EP. Like, how did that come to be?
So the cover is actually a photograph taken by my wife, and the mysterious cloaked figure on the album cover is myself, just standing by our local pond. We scared a lot of dog walkers that day, it has to be said. I think they thought there was some kind of weird ritual going on, which, you know, that's kind of what we wanted it to look like. But it was actually a really nice day. Lots of people were out walking dogs, and I was stood by the side of this pond holding up a candle with my wife taking photos in the background. It was fun. Yeah, it was cool.
I think if anyone saw me doing that in public, I would just disintegrate on the spot.
You guys took a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
The day they finished that, Alex sent us a folder of, I think, like hundreds of different photos, like not just that staging, like all different settings and poses and props. And I mean, personally, I'm really happy with the one we chose. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, same. And it works really well, both in sort of your square CD format, but also we've done a release on tape, and the framing of it works really well for the tape cover as well, which
Yeah.
was more by luck than judgment, it has to be said. But yeah, that it worked out really well.
So
Well,
did
she, you
any
know, she knows her photography, so
Yes,
it
yeah, she
makes
is a very
sense.
talented photographer. She's got a degree in it. You know, I'm not gonna play down her skill or anything. She's fantastic at what she does.
Very
so
lucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, obviously, it's like some people were probably wondering what was going on, possibly even fearful what was going on, but did anyone try to photobomb in the picture, like when they were taking a shot?
No, we didn't get any of that actually. It's mostly sort of older people around here, and as I say, older people walking dogs and stuff. So yeah, they were just going about their business. We just got a lot of funny looks and a few comments like, "Oh, what are you guys up to?" And it's like, It's fine. It's not as weird as
Doing
it
a
looks."
doing a photo shoot, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go for a walk in the woods, expect to find at least one black metal band doing a photo shoot. Come on, it's like the natural dwelling place. It's yeah, par for the course.
Oh, there was that Hard Times article from like a few years ago talking about a Norwegian forest ranger finds black metal band lost in the woods.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, that's so great. And you know what? It's just like I can tell with all three of you, it's like I can really just tell this chemistry, not just going on musically, but it seems like you all enjoy each other's company as well too. It's just like I I mean, obviously, I don't know everything that's going on, like composition and how you're like adding things, getting rid of things, like what the future and everything's going on. But I just appreciate that all three of you like being around each other. And I think that's just such an important thing that people need to remember, especially for something that you want to last. It's like you got to be able to enjoy each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's kind of surreal that we've never met, but we have a group chat, which is always nice. I mean, it's a product of the world we have now. It's kind of amazing that like a group of people can get together and make music or art, and never actually be in the same room together.
Yeah.
From different continents, even,
Yeah, it's astounding.
I wish it had been this easy, what, 20 years ago? Yeah, at this
Mhm.
point.
Well, thankfully, you're taking advantage of the technology now. And like I said before, it's like I'm so excited to see what's going to be happening in the future because, like, if this is just like the first EP that the three of you are doing, it's just going to get bigger and better from here on out.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a new song we're working on that's going to be a single. It was written all on my new 9-string guitar.
N-
So,
Nine string black metal. I don't
yeah,
often hear that.
I like my extended range guitars. I've been playing 8 strings for probably since Ibanez first came out with the RG8, whenever that was.
And
So,
uh, yeah, to me, that's just like the more strings that you have and you're actually capable of using everything that's on there, there's no reason not to take advantage of it.
yeah, Faded Gold is all 8 string,
Yeah,
but
I was wondering about that, if that was
yep,
eight string or what was going on with that. But
yep,
yeah, I just love just being able to use all those notes to your advantage.
yeah, I do too. But the EP was all on my 6-string Dunable USA custom shop.
But two down.
So, well, it was in D standard. Two of the songs are in D standard, which is just a step down, and then the other two are in drop B flat, which Austin Lunn also uses.
Wow.
Austin Lund is one of my biggest inspirations, so that's really cool. I mean, he only lives like a few hours away from me as well.
He invited me to hang out at Fire in the Mountains this month. Not
Oh,
this month, this year.
that's so cool.
Student.
Yeah, I love Panopticon. I love his new band that he's a part of. Like I got the promo for his new band that's coming
Wait,
out, I
what?
think at the end of the month. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah,
Steve, shut up.
I saw that perk up. That wait, what?
yeah.
That was exciting.
Oh, I mean, if you're serious, like, yeah, he's playing drums in a new band, and
Oh,
I'm forgetting the name of it, but I think the album comes out at the end of the month or early May.
I'll have to look
I,
into that. Yeah,
yeah, I think I got that in March, but with the way that I do album reviews, like, I kind of have to wait till like around the time that I'm going to start reviewing
yeah.
it because well, Steve would know this. I've already covered 330 album reviews this year, so it's like
Sh-
Yeah, so it's like sometimes I just have to wait till the release date to really be able
This
to grasp all this.
year?
Yeah, this year. The first quarter, I covered 300 albums, and I've
Are
already done
you okay?
330. No, not at all. And in fact, I was going to be doing another 30 for this coming week, and I just did so much this week that it's like, all right, I'm going to have to scale it down to 20. I just have to find someone to make it easier on myself.
I'd say.
But no, it's like it's one of my passions, like being able to like go and try to find as much music as I enjoy as possible, like on the heavier side of things, and just being
Hmm.
able to show that off from like AOR to avant-garde and everything in between. Like
Yeah,
just try to show off as much as I can.
that's admirable.
It's amazing. And
Yeah, and still being able to find time to do like interviews and stuff like that. Like I've really scaled back my interviews. Like actually, this is my 940th interview that I've done in the past 13, almost 14 years.
Wow.
Uh, and now, Steve, you gotten to be a part of two of them, and a third one if we get to do one for Am I in Trouble? And yeah, just like I just love showing off good music. I've always been a part of that, and I'm so grateful to be able to do that. You know, whether it's Ashenheart, whether it's any other project or endeavor out there.
Thank you.
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a really important thing for the scene as well, so we appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like again, like listening to all three of you, getting to know all of you through this interview and on social media and stuff like that. It's just like it means a lot, like being able to see the support. And of course, it was already hinted at before, but like Steve, you're such a cheerleader for like everyone that you support. It's like the fact that you've supported me as much as you have, like on Blue Sky and other means as well too. It's just like I'm internally grateful for everything that you do to support me and support everything else that you care about.
Thank you. Yeah, I like music and I like nice people making good music and that's it. And what you do is really cool and you're a nice person, so I just wish the best for you.
Oh, absolutely. And the same for all three of you as well too. Like
Thank you.
I'm so grateful that you did reach out because it's like even with doing 940 interviews now, I'm still not used to anyone reaching out to me and wanting to talk to me. And, it's just like I'm not used to that, and it's just I'm always taken aback by it. It's like, wow, someone actually wants me to be able to promote them. That's so cool after all this time. And
That's
yeah,
amazing.
especially when I can do it with good people like this, and especially with good music that I do really enjoy, and I want to be able to get out there. That's why I'm so excited to be able to show this off because I know there's a lot of people who check out what I do that enjoy this style of black metal that may not have heard of Ashenheart before that I get to show that off to, and that just makes me so happy.
Well, we
That's really exciting.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. So, you did mention that there is some things that are bubbling right now when it comes to everything that's coming after the CP when it comes to Ashenheart, but outside of Ashenheart, is there anything else that's going on with the three of you?
Hmm.
Well, I'm relearning how to play guitar because I recently had shoulder surgery, so that's been fun.
Ooh. Right or left shoulder?
Left, my
Ooh.
fretting hand.
Oh, oh. But
Eh,
at least it will get better. That's the
Yeah, it's going pretty quickly, honestly. With physical therapy and whatnot, it's not been too bad. I learned to play a new one of the new Dread Majesty singles in about a month, so
Oh, nice.
that wasn't too bad.
I don't know if you've heard Dread Majesty, but if you haven't, you should check them out.
Just probably my favorite, the musical discovery of 2025.
There's something else.
Yeah,
I am
you should
gonna
get
check that out.
you should reach out to Rex Vincent. For he's the vocalist and guitarist and songwriter for an interview. I'm sure he'd love to do one. Probably, maybe I
Maybe
don't speak for him.
in a mask or something.
Yeah,
No one's seen him seemingly.
yeah. There's nothing about him on Metal Archives.
He did one interview and it was written, and the interviewer even commented that something along the lines of like that she's the only person who knows what he looks like now, basically. But it was in writing, so But yeah, Dread Majesty's great. Um, I mean, in terms of other stuff going on, like uh, Negative Bliss is moving along slowly but surely.
Sweet.
Um, Same with the next Am I in Trouble album. Um, it's just a matter of finding the time to work on things, but they are slowly cooking. Same with Tuffy, which you'll notice I changed my screen name here.
Oh yeah, you did. I just noticed that now.
I figured it
Just
out. I'm getting better at Zoom.
oh, but obviously, again, Steve, I do want to do an interview with you to be able to talk about "Am I in Trouble?" But
I would
what a
love to.
great album, and I am so happy to see that so many
Yeah.
people outside of my peers and colleagues have enjoyed Spectrum. Like I've seen so much talk about that from like YouTubers that are bigger than I could ever wish to be covering Am I in Trouble? And it was just like it was so cool to see that happen. And I couldn't have happened to a better person.
Thank
It's
you.
such a good album.
It was a
It's such a
surprise
Yeah.
good
too.
album.
And Alex was on it.
Yes, you
Shout
were,
out.
and
Yes. Yeah.
I was just about to segue into that. You do an excellent job on the album as well.
It was kind of funny, like looking back at that in retrospect, because from an outsider perspective, the timeline of who was in what band at what time is probably blurry. But in reality, at that time, I didn't really know Amanda or Alex on any personal level, aside from like interacting on Twitter and
Yeah.
me being a fan
Yeah.
of Ashenheart. So like that part that Alex does vocals on, I I had no idea if he would be up for doing it. Like I didn't know him at all. I reached out to him like, total just crapshoot. Just because I thought he would be so perfect for the part. But I was like totally mentally prepared for him to be like, no, I don't want to do it. Or
Yeah, and you really did not know me at that point because
yeah, I didn't know you at all.
I'm sure now you'd just be like, "Oh, Alex will do that. That's fine."
Yeah,
I,
exactly. So it's been kind of a whirlwind because it wasn't really that long ago in reality.
yeah.
But
I'd
yeah,
love to put some leads on the next album if you want.
I would absolutely love that.
Awesome.
um, yeah. So it's just been kind of cool seeing how the three of our relationship has developed. And feeling like it's been longer than it actually has been. Um, and I think we mentioned this. We did an interview last week with Black Metal Archives, but we have some new developments coming along for Ashenheart.
Yep.
Yes, so the three-person dynamic may be changing, but
Going back to a
that's
duo, huh?
Yeah.
no, the other way. Yeah, sorry, Steve. This is how you find out.
Yeah, it's more cushioning if there's someone else in the room, right?
But
Yeah,
no, seriously, that's so cool. I'm very excited to see what developments come from potential lineup change when it comes like that. That's so cool.
we're excited about it. We're not saying too much right now, just because we don't want to get things confused between the EP and anything else coming up.
Yeah.
But you know,
But yeah, all will become clear when we properly announce the standalone single that we've got in the works at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know you kind of hinted at it, but the fact that you're covering ABBA for that standalone single to be able to introduce the new lineup is quite the thing to do.
I think that's more likely with Negative Bliss. Um,
That's true. I mean, I was just listening to Love Song before we started doing the interview here, so it's like I could see that happening.
yeah,
But no, seriously, like again, I'm so excited to see where Ashenheart's going to be going in the future, and just like all the hints of stuff that will be happening in the future. Like I'm going to be looking forward to everything that happens with that standalone single, any news that comes with that, anything else that happens in the future, and of course everything that all of you are doing outside of Ashenheart as well too. And of course, like obviously, again, I know everything. Steve has been a part of right now, and of course, all of the brand new endeavors that I'm sure he's going to be able to find time for in 2025 onwards. But yeah, like I'm excited about all this, and I just want to thank you guys again for taking the time to be able to talk to me. Like all three of you just been an absolute joy to be able to talk to you, getting to know a little bit more about Ashenheart, just
Yeah.
seeing the dynamics and chemistry that all of you have, and just like being able to talk about this brand new EP that is going to be coming out on Friday. I should hopefully have this up on Monday, so people will be able to check it out, and then hopefully remember that the EP is coming out on Friday. And yeah, again, just thank all of you so much for taking the time to do this.
Thank
Glad to.
you.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
We hope people like the EP. Yeah, it's out April 18th via FIA Productions. Um, yeah,
Bandcamp, Ampball,
yes, it'll be everywhere soon. Um,
already been approved for streaming, so as soon as the date hits, it should be good to go.
Oh,
yep,
very
yep.
cool. And
And if people did want a sneak peek, it is currently streaming and premiering on the YouTube channel for the Anti-Fascist Black Metal
Yep.
Network as well.
Yes, so someone can hear the whole thing early if they want.
Yes.
and absolutely a cause I can get behind, and I'm so glad that the EP is a part of that channel.
And we're
Yeah, I
also
was too.
we're doing a Bandcamp listening party tomorrow, April 13th, at 5 p.m. Eastern
Yep.
Standard Time.
But if this is going out on Monday, that'll be in the past. So
Ah!
Yeah.
Hey, so we've done it already.
Well, I mean, now that I know that, I could put this up either later today or tomorrow if it'll help promote for the Bandcamp. I'd be happy to do that.
Whatever works for you. We don't want to
Yeah,
rush
we
Yeah.
don't want to put you out, dude. Just
You don't have to rush.
Okay.
but we appreciate that. Maybe you can join the listening party.
Well, I mean, it's so cool. I mean, like I'm so glad that Bandcamp does stuff like that where you can have listening parties like that. And
Yeah.
of course, Steve, I know you're a huge proprietor of Ampwall as well too. I first heard of Ampwall because of you and everything that you've been a part of and stuff like that. And it's just again just like seeing everything that's out there now, the way that you're able to promote yourselves to get your music out there, like all these different things. Like it seems like all
Yeah.
of you are taking advantage of that, and it's so cool.
Yeah, we try. I mean, Alex is also an astounding promoter. Um, he's he's an incredible hype man himself.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word. I don't want to keep
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Well, I see my Zoom is just about to close out on me as it always seems to happen every time I talk to Steve. Like the Zoom is just about to cut off right on me when we're about to do stuff. But again, I want to thank all three of you so much for taking the time to be able to talk to me about everything going on in the world of Ashenheart and the other musical endeavors that is included with that.
Glad
Yeah,
to.
this was such a great time to be able to do this. I can't wait to show this off. And yeah, one last time, thank you all so very much for taking the time to do this. And I hope you all have a great rest of the day and night.
You
Thank you
too.
very much. You as well.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Josh.
Bye bye.